to the studio. Come on in. If you love working with colorful yarn and you love nature and learning new things, you are in the right place. This is Color Me Happy, and we would normally say welcome to the studio, but we are not there now. We are in France.
So welcome to France.
Yes, welcome to Brittany. And I'm Michelle.
I'm Linda.
And together we're the Color Me Happy Fiber Arts Studio, where we explore naturally dyed yarns and fibers, and we love sharing everything we're learning with you. So welcome back. So this is a very special episode because we have been part of a week-long dye retreat, I would say, in Le Fouet, France, with Michel Garcia.
Michel is a world-renowned natural dyer and biochemist, I would say,
Yes.
who's really trying to apply the science or to use science to investigate natural dyeing and how to even maybe improve upon some of the traditions of natural dyeing in an ecological way. So he's a very unique person, and it's really been an amazing experience to work with him for a week and kind of design different experiments on the fly and try out new things in his studio here in France. So it's really, our minds are kind of blown. We may sort of be mumbling a bit during the episode because we're still trying to take it all in. We finished last evening around 5 o'clock, so it's still all very fresh.
Yeah. A whole week, 5 days of all day long learning.
Yeah.
My mind is kind of blown,
Yes.
I guess.
And so even though I had one of my majors in college was chemistry, it has been a long time since I've had to think about organic chemistry. And one of my friends was saying, vacation and organic chemistry. This does not seem to be an equivalent thing.
No.
But when you're doing it in the service of something you love, it becomes totally different.
Yeah.
So there was some organic chemistry and lots of trying new things and then talking about what we were doing and what different experiments showed us. And so it was really a very immersive and wonderful experience.
Yeah. And the really neat thing I think about Michel and his knowledge is that he brings things from chemistry, from physics, like how things connect, from history.
Yeah, from the history of it. He'll say, oh, you know, that 16th century dye text that, of course, he's read and has in his library.
Yeah.
So,
the cultural differences.
Yeah, cultural differences.
Anthropology.
Kind of honoring what the traditions have been and saying, well, if they did this, it had a reason. Is there a physical or chemical reason that they must have done it this way, and what can we learn from that about, okay, we do have some new tools at our disposal now. Could we use those in an ecological way? It's always in an ecological way, not just how do we take some massive new chemical designed in a lab to blow something up,
Right.
But how could we do it use what we've learned in modern botany and chemistry in an ecological way to maybe even improve or try to solve some of the problems that the master dyers of old recognized and that we still face today. Like logwood is not light fast.
Yeah.
So,
what do we need to do with it?
what could we do? Right.
Yeah.
Right. So really it was an amazing week.
Yeah. And I think one of the things from this week is I feel like we need to go back. We've been doing certain processes that are okay, but we learned about more efficient ways to prepare our yarn, for example. And so that may make our colors maybe more intense at the same level. So it could change our recipes a bit.
Some of our classic recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And we used to use the exhausts from our dyes, but if we now prepare our yarn a little differently so that it binds to more spots on the yarn, there might be less left over, and so some of the recipes that we would use
Yeah.
might no longer be.
Right. Kind of a different way of being efficient. If we use
Yes.
less dye because we can more efficiently get it onto the fiber, there'll be less left in the bath. We used to try to be efficient and sustainable by using the exhausts.
Right.
So it's a different way of trying to be very thoughtful and sustainable in the way that you use dye materials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So neat. So should we share a little bit about that? Like, that's what's been in our dye pots this week, is really what's been in Michelle's dye pots. And that each day we would talk about new topics and then do experiments to demonstrate the points. And then if we had a question, he would often take a little turn and create a new experiment on the spot to answer our questions. And I'll put in some video here and there, that we can share some of that with you.
One of the things in the dye pots this week that we've done a little bit of, but have not, I would not say used in a production way in our dye studio, is a technique that he really developed and has taught before, called a one-pot acid dye. So that was really fun to see that in person from the master and to try that with several different dye compounds. So that was really interesting, I thought. And that is something that I feel like I learned a lot from.
Yes. And which
dye compounds will work. We know that actually by their chemical structure.
Yeah.
Right. And so so that was really fun and amazing, because what he has developed in that process is to dye without a mordant. So the one pot means, in distinction to our usual process of doing an alum mordant first and doing all that, it skips that and you do everything in one pot. So you have just a much shorter time. And I was amazed at how quickly the color struck, where we might say, oh, simmer for an hour, it's like 10 minutes. And it was this incredible intense matter. So that was really amazing. And I feel like we learned a lot from that, and we'll be trying, again, for efficiency's sake, you put less energy, less water. That was another thing. Traditionally in natural dyeing, we say the amount of water doesn't really matter too much, but of course it does matter, especially to the extent that the pH of what you're doing is really important, and just the interaction of the dye molecules with the wool, to increase that using less water than maybe we would traditionally have used in a dye pot. So that was another kind of like, oh gosh, we're really going to have to rethink this.
I know. And even the extraction of the color from the dye materials. So for example, cochineal, we would grind up the little bugs and cook that for an hour usually. And he was showing us that because you grind it up into such fine particles, you can add the hot water and let it sit in the hot water for a few minutes.
5 minutes.
Pour it off, pour more hot water on, let it sit. Do that again. And maybe do that 3 times. And then you pour it off and you have it extracted all of the color.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
The last one, the water is pretty clear. It's not clear, but it's very light pink. So you've gotten most of the color. And so again, that's a time and energy savings.
Right.
Just in doing that part of the process a little bit differently.
Right. And the way he described it, he used a lot of metaphors.
Yes.
But in that
Great
sense,
metaphors.
He was saying your water can become saturated with the color, and so it's not pulling more out of the dye material.
Right.
And it's like taking a bath in dirty water.
Not so much dirt will come off.
Yeah, that you're sitting in it for an hour. Does that make you more clean? No, you put clean water on to pull out the new dye molecules. And so it seems like common sense, but all the texts say cook them for an hour.
And there are some things where, I mean, again, he would, whenever we would ask him a question, he would say, oh, it depends on the context.
Right.
So I think that's another big overall learning, is that it is maybe, I will say, dangerous to generalize too much. Like, we always boil something for an hour. Well, there are some things where simmering something for an hour is probably important, but there are other things where it may not be. And so trying not to overgeneralize one technique between dye materials is something to maybe be even more thoughtful about.
Yes. Good grief. Okay. As we're talking, I'm realizing I went past my other color, but I did not. I just need to snip it and reattach it on the other side. Okay. So I thought I was going to have to undo, which is never good on the video.
So that was one thing, well, maybe lots of things from the dye pots. We also did some indigo this week.
Oh, yeah, lots of indigo in different forms, which was really interesting.
That was really fun. I agree. We saw something that was new, at least to me, which was a hot water kind of extraction from fresh leaves. We've traditionally done fresh leaves with ice in that method, where you grind up the fresh leaves with the ice in the blender. And but this was, we made a vat and reduced a vat, but extracting the indigo with hot water from the leaves. So that was really interesting too.
And less overwhelming, I guess, in thinking. I used to think, oh, if we do indigo vats, it'll be several days to set it up and get it to the right place before you could actually use it. And in this method, we picked the leaves and used the pot of indigo as a vat.
That same morning.
Yeah, a dye vat at the same time. So that was really neat.
Yeah.
You understand that if I cut everything,
Right.
I will have double volume, so double water, so double energy to heat the water. So that makes a difference if you work by tons. Happens with a little bit of live water here. It is changing. Now I will shake again. And then I have it very, very blue.
Yeah.
And normally, if I am clever enough, I can go to the light and see the particles here. So it is aggregated.
Right.
Okay. Is it enough? Okay.
The other thing that we learned that might be really practical for people who use naturally dyed yarn, he did a series of experiments with Saxon blue, which is a form of indigo that we tested a couple of months ago on our channel. And if I can figure it out, I'll link the video here.
Oh, back to that. Yeah.
Yeah, the Saxon blue tests that we did, we found that it wasn't very light fast, at least on the materials we were using, and so we haven't been selling it. But he had a couple of things that he did to the Saxon blue to increase the fastness of it. And then we did a series of washing tests. So when we say on our labels, I know the intense color of that.
We spent much of last night labeling all our little samples.
All our samples,
So
yeah.
we can go home and put them in a book and write the experiments out and make sure we're really learning from what we did.
Yeah. So we did a washing test, and I can do a little video showing up close the different colors and things, but where he simulated 4 different ways to wash your knits, and we did a delicate
and it was based on actually the industrial standards. So when you
Right.
buy a garment that says delicate, there is a standard, who knew, behind like what that means. So in the industry, that would mean it can withstand a certain kind of soap at a certain temperature and a certain pH. So again, it all goes back to the chemistry.
The chemistry, right. So when we say pH neutral soap in cool water, that is to retain the most color and is consistent with the delicate or the first international standard for washing. But he did 4 different levels, and we can show you the color loss that happens. And so that was really cool.
Yeah.
And something very practical for people who
Right.
use the yarn. So, all right. So that's a lot of the dye stuff. Do you want to just like show the breadth of colors or all this?
I mean, it's a little hard to see because of the plastic here, but
Yeah.
you know, there's
All
oranges. Look
different
at
colors.
that cochineal red, pink.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that.
Yeah. Some more lovely orange. We learned some new dye materials that we hadn't used before, some different tannins and things that were really interesting. We did some greens and some sort of mermaid blues with layering over indigo. Look at that lovely green.
I love that.
I know, it was just amazing. And we did some yarn, as he said, and as some of our other dye friends say, they're not yarn people.
Can you imagine that?
Can you
Not
imagine
being a
that?
yarn person?
Well, and it is more of a pain to deal with the yarn.
Yeah.
I get it. So
samples.
we have some samples on wool fabric also. So this is a whole series of indigo with over dyes of different things. So
that was one of my favorites.
just amazing.
Because you could lay them
Kinda
all
lay 'em
out, and
out.
this makes a beautiful palette in and
Oh,
of
gosh.
itself.
Yeah,
That you
can
could
you
make
imagine?
such beautiful things. Yeah.
Yeah, really lovely. And another kind of one with a fall palette
Yeah.
with the browns and tans and oranges and reds and yellows. Just really amazing.
Whew. Yeah.
And much easier to divide between 5 class members when you have a square of fabric and you can just cut it into 5 strips
Yeah.
versus taking
Winding.
a skein of yarn and winding it into 5 mini skeins.
Little minis, yeah.
But
well,
we're yarn people.
At least we could do it at the pub. Most of it was done.
Some of it was done at the pub. Some was
Yeah.
then we had to break for dinner. Some was
Do
done
some
after
more.
dinner.
Yeah.
Right. And some this morning.
Yeah. All right.
So yeah, lots more probably to say about that in the months to come.
Yeah, you'll be seeing some new experiments from us.
And it looked like you were taking some video throughout.
Oh yeah, I'll
So
share some of
We'll
that.
have some video and some other photos, and on our social media, I'm sure we'll share some photos of different things. It's so much. I think one of the challenges will be to break it into little bites that
Are manageable.
are manageable and meaningful. And some of that is getting our heads around like all the things we did and kind of organizing that in a better way so we can tell you about it.
Yeah. Great.
So yeah, lots in our dye pots.
Yes.
We have no idea what's happening in the dye garden. Hopefully it's been raining in Indiana.
I
Or
hope
someone has been
so.
watering.
I know. Sarah will be there tomorrow, so I could see if it hasn't rained in a while, she'd go out and do a little watering.
Yeah, that might be good. It looks like the weather is nice there, but not very rainy.
No.
So we don't know what's happening in the dye garden. Hopefully good things.
often we talk about finished objects. Maybe we could just say what we're wearing.
Sure.
Because I didn't bring any finished objects. However, I'm close on one.
Mm-hmm. And you're wearing
I'm wearing
a finished object.
My kimono cardigan
Right.
that I finished last year. I actually was working on it here in Brittany last year. So I
That's
have
fun.
some video of me sitting in the garden where I was staying. So yes,
That's very
this
fun.
is the kimono cardigan that we love from Knitting by Danny, Danny Bauer, and we'll put the link below. And we've been doing a knit along. Of course, that moves into what's on my needles. So I'll just stop on the knit along and we'll come back to that in a minute.
Okay. I am wearing a finished object, the Lophelia cowl by Laura Ayler. And this was made with a mini set. So 5 of our mini skeins. This was actually from our seasonal celebrations. Last year we did a seasonal subscription box, a different mini set for every season of the year. This was the fall season, which was kind of based on colors of mushrooms. It was not dyed with mushrooms. Mostly this was dyed with madder, some other things. But yeah, this was a really fun little cowl, and I've gotten so many compliments on it over here.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. It's nice and light to wear, so I have enjoyed wearing it. So I've already thought, oh, this would be fun to maybe make another one in a different palette.
Oh, that would be fun. You can have one for each season.
I could make 4, but I will not do that.
No. Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's my only finished object, because I have 2 other things that I'm working on.
Okay.
So we should talk about what Michelle's working on, and I'll get mine out too.
Okay. So as many of you know, we've been working in a knit along for the kimono cardigan, and we have several people who are working on one at the same time. And so I am doing a new one. This is my 3rd one because I made another one for Susan, my stepmom. Okay, so this is my 3rd one, and I'm using my happy colors of pink and orange, and I'm making it a fade. So Danny has different options you can do, and one of them has solid stripes, which
is what I'm doing.
You're doing. And I decided I wanted to make mine more of a fade from light to dark. So this is like orange and peachy, salmon-y colors, and this is the
I really
front.
like how that is working.
It is fun. Now, like when she did the stripes, you start a color in a certain place.
Right. That's the way mine
And that's
is.
yours, yeah.
Right.
I love those colors. That is so pretty. So on
It's a
this,
little
you
bit.
start at a certain place with a new color underneath the sleeve hole,
Right.
and then you pick up stitches in the first color, and then you add your color down here.
Right. So this bottom part is the darker green, and it'll go down
the
a little.
third.
Yeah, the 3rd color.
Yeah,
And then the sleeves will have the yellow, blue, darker green.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so on mine, I wanted to make more like a gradual fade, which is fun, but then I realized you have to start your fading in a different place, in a different way.
Oh, on the sleeves.
Yeah, which means the inside
Oh, yeah. You
has
are
a
gonna
lot of
have-
adding colors. And so it's on the inside, it looks like a dog's breakfast. I've heard that term before, or in French we would say bordel. It's just like a mess.
It's just a mess.
But after I weave in the ends, it'll be beautiful.
Right. It
And
will
no
be.
one's looking at the inside.
No.
I'm not going to put this in the state fair for competition or
Right.
anything. So on the outside, it'll be lovely.
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's one of my
I
work
agree.
in progress. And I didn't bring over a dark enough color for the very bottom. I had a third color, but I thought it was too close to the second. And Sarah, our yarn fairy, had washed the darkest color we have in this family, and it was still wet when we left.
So you didn't want to bring it.
I
That
didn't
makes
wanna
sense.
bring it. Because winding the suri by
Yeah,
hand, I thought
that would not
in a
be fun.
ball, no.
But you have the sleeves to do.
Yeah, so I
So
went
you can
ahead
do
and picked
those.
up the sleeves early. I put the bottom on one of those cables from Twice Sheared Sheep.
And so this sleeve, you've already gotten down as far until
Right.
you need to start adding the other one.
Yeah, I wanted to add the
Yeah.
darker color about there.
Right.
So I put it on waste yarn. Eleni, one time we were knitting something and she couldn't remember the word, or maybe I couldn't, and we called it trash yarn instead of waste yarn.
That seems a little pejorative.
But that's now in my head. So I put this on trash yarn, and then the bottom I put on the cool cables because I didn't bring all of my whole cables.
Yeah. And the bottom, if you do the 3-color, the bottom, your third color, is in this seed stitch, which makes a lovely border and, will match the front of your cardigan, which has the seed stitch border. But I tire of doing seed stitch, and so
I know.
so you can see I have not made it very far into my third color. I should really just do 6 rows every night or something, just to kind of keep myself moving. But when you have another project to work on, then it's like, oh, I'll pick up that other project.
That's
so
right.
I've been doing
I
more
could
of
do
that. Yeah, so this poor guy is looking a little crumpled from being shoved into my backpack.
Yeah.
I have a few wrinkles on it, but
So pretty, and I love how soft and fluffy it is.
oh yeah, it's going to be great. I'm excited to keep working on it, and we have a long time to finish. I'm not worried about finishing. We're going to all get together at the Bloomington Wool Festival the first weekend of October.
Right.
So as long as it's done by then, I'll be able to be in the picture with everyone. Well, I guess I could be in the picture anyway, even if one sleeve is not done, but I'll have it done by then.
And if you're working on one and you're worried about getting it finished, don't worry about it.
Don't worry.
Just bring it in whatever condition it is. If you're going to be at the festival, we love to see what people are working on. And
that has been fun to see people's colors and kind of work through things together.
Yeah.
I don't remember when our next knit along meetup is.
In September.
It's in September. Okay.
Yeah, we had
after Labor Day.
Right. We had not scheduled any during August since we knew we were going to be doing this dye retreat and traveling. So great.
What else are you working on?
Okay, so the Marigold tea. Remember that? I was almost done.
I thought maybe that was going to
Yeah.
be something you were wearing in France.
The original plan was to wear it here, but
oh no.
Well, not a big deal. But two things.
Oh, I love it though.
Oh, I love it too. It's so cute. One thing, so I'm on the seaming and fixing my sleeve edge.
Okay.
So the seaming, I've done one side, and this will look better once it's blocked and stuff.
Looks great.
But it's mattress stitch, and I started it, like when I started it, they lined up perfectly, and then somehow I got off, and then I restarted 3 times. I restarted it, and then I finally realized, who's going to be looking at my seams? No one's,
state fair judge.
Yeah. No one's going to say, that doesn't line up with this. As long as it fits together.
As long as it's not getting stretched in one part.
Yeah,
and,
so it's not
gathered in
crooked.
another. Right.
But each V does not have to line up exactly.
Very true.
It's close enough.
Oh, yeah.
In some places, I got it perfectly.
Yeah.
But I think like my eyesight at night too.
Oh,
Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like. I haven't even tried it on yet. Like this.
Drum roll.
I know. how this is going to work. Whoop. So you can see I have not sewn up. This side is not.
Right. There you go. Oh, it's so cute.
Isn't it adorable?
I love the vertical stripes.
I do too. I think it's really fun.
Very cute. It looks like it fits really well too.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh yeah.
I like it. I love it.
And you know, like you could even wear it in the winter, like with a turtleneck or something under it.
Oh yeah, I probably
Yeah.
could. So this will pull tighter once I sew this side up, so it's not
Yeah.
going to look so large on me, but I
Right.
do like oversized tops.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
And so
It is
this
so
has
cute.
an I-cord edge.
yes, so you'll notice this has the I-cord edge. This has what the pattern suggested, which
Oh, a rib.
was a rib,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cute, but this thing kept turning up.
Yeah, I like the I-cord on it.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're going to then do it around the neck too?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm going to pick up around here and do an I-cord, and I'm going to take this edge out and do an
I
I-cord.
think that's a nice finish.
Yeah. I like I-cord. It's just like as
Yeah.
Oh.
So if you were doing it again, you'd just do an I-cord bind off.
yeah, I
Mhm.
think so. And maybe this would block out fine, but
Mhm.
because it wants to fold over so much,
Mm-hmm.
I thought, why mess with it? I'll just
Right.
do the I-cord. So I'm
Yeah,
going
I
to go
like
back
that.
and fix that, sew this up, and then of course I have ends to weave in and do the I-cord here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it'll be done by the time I get home. So that was my other thing that I've been working
Yeah, because you're pretty quickly, I think, going to get to the point where you need your darker suri on the kimono sweater.
Oh, yeah,
So then,
that'll be today.
Is that your only other project you have to work on with you?
Well,
Of course not.
no. As I was packing, normally I pack my projects first.
Right.
We've talked about that before. And I had a panic the day we were going to the airport.
Oh no.
Like, you should never do that.
Right.
I went into the studio and said, okay, I think I want to do this project. And then I wasn't sure what color palette to use. And so I brought...
That is a lot of pressure on the day of
on
departure.
the day of, yeah. So I'm like grabbing minis going, maybe I want fall. No,
Mhm.
maybe I want some blues in there. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole bunch of minis, some more suri, and I'll just figure it out. And I did see a new pattern that is crochet
Mm-hmm.
with multiple colors.
Oh,
And I thought that might be kind of fun for me to try.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you haven't done a crochet pattern for a while.
for a while, yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's going to be next, but I'm going to try to be diligent and finish this top and get this to the darkest suri
Yeah. Oh,
before
you'll get
I
that
start
done
the
in
new
no
project.
time.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
All right. How
Good
about
for
you?
you.
What's your
I brought
other work
one
in
other
progress?
thing to work on. No, actually, I brought two
No,
other
you
things.
have two.
But I have not started working on the third thing yet, and I'm
Oh,
not sure
okay.
that I will. I
Oh,
might.
yeah, you fly back tomorrow.
I fly to
Oh,
Dublin tomorrow.
To Dublin tomorrow.
And then Monday I'll fly from Dublin back to Indianapolis. Right.
Yeah.
Because we were in Dublin for a week. It's a long story. The round trips were cheaper that way is the short answer. That's why I'm going to Indianapolis via Dublin. So I have been saying that I wanted to do the striation scarf, which Michelle did, I think, last year in France.
Yes,
2
I
years-
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's a great travel project because it's minis and suri alternating, and it's fun color, and it's not hard to memorize what you're doing, so you don't really have to pay attention. So I have been working on that in a very fall-themed yellow, gold, rust green kind
Linda
of palette.
colors.
My palette, yes. My favorite palette. So that has been really fun, and because that's more fun than the seed stitch, that's why I've been working on this. So I'm on my third color, which is kind of a spring green with the suri, is wheat. It's the colorway wheat, which is a very nice golden buff kind of color. Yeah, so that's the other thing that I've been working on. But I am also having color palette questions now, because the other colors, I thought it might be interesting to have one end of the scarf be kind of gold and the other be blue, and it meets in the middle in green.
Oh, interesting.
But now I'm thinking maybe I want it to stay all rust and fall. It's feeling more harmonious that way to me.
Yeah.
So I might not go past the third color, so I can go back to the studio and dig through the minis myself and see if there's a different way I want to finish it compared to what I brought with me. And then I'll go back to I have plenty to do on my kimono cardigan, because I can finish the bottom, I can pick up for the sleeves. I did bring another thing with me, and I actually did cast on. I swatched to make sure I could get gauge, and then I cast it on just to make sure the gauge was right, and I had the right needles with me. That was another strategy. And that is the new terrain tee, which I am going to work up in our DK tweed, which I think is going to be really fun. So we'll post a link to that. It's a kind of a boxy tee with a very graphic pattern of slip stitches on it, which I think, and the tweed doesn't fight with it too much. I think it'll be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that.
So I don't know if I'll do any more on that, or probably not. I'll have to see. I have to see how, sort of where I am in my head. But I'm guessing on the flight home, I'm going to be like wanting to do something a little more comfortable and not starting something new. Sometimes I like to be at home when I really start something new that's a little tricky to make sure you get it right at the beginning. So I'll probably work on my kimono cardigan the rest of the way.
Yeah. Sounds like a great plan.
Yeah.
Well, today we are going to go to a castle.
Yes.
So we're going to get ready and go do a picnic.
Yes.
And go visit a castle and maybe some woods.
Yep.
And spend time in nature.
Yeah. So we hope wherever you are, you're getting to do something that fills your cup as well.
All right. And we hope you create, connect, and celebrate community. And let us know what you're working on and what questions you might have.
See you next time.